Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for sharing this time in your timeline. This breakfast show, money talk with SmartRobie. What is going on with me after the long weekend and a good rest? And last Saturday, we did have a very good turnout. And thank you for those of you who did come for our one-day foundation trade VSA. I think both my coaches and trainers, Zac as well as Arif, did cover it very well. And we did cover many aspects of those important setups that we've seen. But this week, it's much more important as we see the rubber glove is making a comeback, isn't it? And this morning, we have seen some of the rubber glove already started to make it run as the news of the rubber glove continue to hawk the headline. Let's look at them, shall we? Now, the first thing that really comes into the mind of many investors right now is where is our CI heading? Definitely right now we can see our CI, KLCI on the right hand side. It's 1530. It did plow below 1500, but last week the share buyback, almost 200 million by Top Glove, I think many of you heard this before, has moved the stock back up to 1500. What is really sad about the whole issue right now, we are really dependent, the KLCI, on the rubber glove. And any analyst, there's one analyst who wrote very good about Top Glove. The stock went up, and then just last week they said that this one is been downgraded, and then the stock just went down. So come to think of it, really, one or two analysts in Malaysia who significantly write a lot about the rubber glove can control our CI. Isn't that a subject for market manipulation that we usually see? And this is the real concern in here. What do you think about it? Give me your opinion on the comment, right? And this is why I want to highlight the importance of really able to diversify and not taken on by all these big news. But again, it's important that I update you on this current development of the rubber glove. Shall we move on to our first story for this morning? Is no other than, that's right, the banking stock. That's right. Now, like it or not, the banking stock is one of the largest market capitalization in our market. Having said that, close about 20 to 30%. As we have seen, due to the much continued bank moratorium, which should end 30th of September, the margin squeeze that the banks are going up, as well as the overnight policy rates or short form interest rate cuts that has not done very well for the bank. That's why they're hitting headwinds. But you can see from the chart here, the loan growth has definitely slowed down to 4.5%. Total loans still pretty much fixed inside there, and the impaired loans are well controlled, just less of 1.5%. But banks, again, are really hampering around this. Now, let's move on to something more positive as another ACE company, MMAG. Now, MMAG is a newly listed ACE market in here. They have taken up the whole COVID industry like a duck taken into the water. They did a lot of good things. That's why the stock price continue to go up. But it was picked up by our premium alert on 7th of September, which is only 7 days ago or last week, on episode 49. And since then, the stock has moved up. Let's look at MMAG. Right, it does a lot of very smart things. They did say that they're going to go into the healthcare monitor, which is the traveler advanced healthcare screening system. A lot of just saying in here, so you can see from the chart in here, this stock has surely rocketed due to this kind of news. Somewhere between when we first picked it up was just below 60 cents. Now it's already past 80 cents. So that's almost a 20 to 30% move inside there. And a lot of the stocks tend to do like that. All these are just based on hearsay, ladies and gentlemen. There is no concrete EPS. But then again, these kind of stocks, usually we want to trade them. Am I correct? Right? Is this correct? Any one of you bought MMAG as I talk about this when we first talk about it on the 7th of September in here. So the acquisition mode for MMAG continued to, they also go on logistic, and they're very positive, with the post-COVID recovery. They're going to all airports. Again, they're just saying that hopefully they will get this kind of contract very close. And we just have to wait for it. So remember, buy on rumors, sell on facts. The fact that when they gain those contracts, it's time to do what? Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? it's time to sell MMAG. So take note of that one. All right. So let me just bring it back in here. Again, let's look at the fundamental for MMMG. If they do have one, they don't. They are losing money. If you can see here, right, minus 33 PE and so forth. Of course, the stocks has moved up a lot. So intrinsic value, so this is very much a trading stock, a pure speculation. Sometimes we call this kind of stock. Let's move on to the next story. All right. Now, the next story will be on MMS Venture. That's right. Now, MMS Venture is one of those which has a pretty good record going forward. Okay, and they do a lot of semiconductors, which if you've been following me, the 5G, there is a lot of good growth in there. Now, this story actually talk about they are going into the wafer fab equipment inspection. You can see right now this stock in here does present a good opportunity right now. Let me just bring it up at 64 cents, not like MMAG that runs up in here. This one is going to be a slightly longer term, moving between 60. You want to buy right at the support here, 64 cents. They are talking to a Chinese company, but the good thing about it, the semiconductor wafer inspection equipment will continue to grow. Based on this report, will grow to 5 billion in 2024, which is only 3 or 4 years from the existing 3.5 billion in 2019. So at this point, so let's look at the trading plan. If it's any good, right, trading plan, you want to buy at the pullback at 71 cent, which is 71 cents. 71 cent is going to be slightly, you need the market to move back up, but it's not currently. Let's look at the stock price today. Should be up today. Yes, it's up at 67 cents or breakout of 76 cents. So it's not in the right category in here yet. All right, let's also look at the fundamental. Does it pay dividend? Oh, it does. It does pay a 3% dividend, but take note of the ROE, pretty low for 6% under ROE. We want it to be around at least 12% inside there. So having said that, that's why this is rated as undervalued. But that's something for those of you who really interested in this kind of stocks. Always look for those setup, which is quite important, as I said before in here. Let's move on to our next story. So our next story will be on the rubber glove, which we talked about much earlier on the opening. Now, the rubber glove continue to hog the headlines, usually dominated by the big four. Do you know those big four, right? Top Glove, Hatalega, Kosan, and Supermax. Now, Supermax has sort of since going into some sort of a market rebound, I can see. And they rebound really fast. Let's look at Supermax in here, right? Supermax, sometimes I call them Superman because the way it moves so fast up. And you can see this was a adjustment price inside here, so we will do something about this. I'll tell my team. So let's look at the overall. We can actually go to the trading view chart to look at this for start. Okay, so let's look at trading view chart inside here. Wow, up 13%. That's right. When it drops a lot. When it falls a lot too. So that's one of the characteristics of this rubber glove, right? You can see it's really shoot back up in here. 13%. It is a 2-bar reversal of strength coming in here. As such, I have picked one stocks. Okay, let's look at Hatalega, which is one of the stocks, that component that I still have. And very same to up 7%. So all the rubber glove are rebounding. So our KLCI will continue to rebound. And this story actually talks about how they want to live up to the expectation, which means this 26th of September, Top Glove will be doing the announcement of their annual report. And how do I know that? I just go to Top Glove here. Let me just show you that Top Glove. I hit it there, and you can see Top Glove going to trading plan. You will see the date. Can you see the date there? Next EPS quarterly, 26th of September. So that's why right now it's 14. This market will rebound. If the result is going to be good, continue with the 200 million justification by Tan Sri Lim Wee Chai to buy back those shares, then you will see a rebound in the Top Glove inside there. I can tell you something. Rubber glove, it's very scary when you ride the way down and then ride the way down, and then when you start to pitch up, a lot of analysts will start to write very good things. You can see the stock price climb back up again. So have a courage, okay? If you want to ride it, and keep a little bit of rubber glove, else rotate them out on the next sector, which I'm going to talk about very nicely. All right, so that's just the quick update on the rubber glove industry. So That's right. That's the one we're talking about in here. So the next one actually we're taking out is palm oil prices. That's right. Palm oil prices continue to move higher. On the 3rd of September, it touches 2,900 in there. And as such, that's why a lot of analysts are raising the CPO prices. So the CPO prices will climb to 2,500 ringgit from 2,300. So a lot of those stocks that we talked about early on, if you do not know that list, go on and watch the 4 plantation stocks that I talk about on the YouTube as well as the Facebook in there. You can see Taan is definitely one of them there. Let's look at the stock chart in here. All right. Now the chart Taan has broke back down in here. That's good actually. Give you a good level to buy. And if you have it, the charts, you can do 2 things. Take some partial profit or continue to ride it up in here. Definitely that shows you this one has broken down. And it will be quite similar to the others too. Let's look at the THH. Okay, that you see, and see, they all behave the same. All right, so the plantation has power, but it has a support right now at around just below 1 ringgit for this one in here, and get those that have what we call dividend. All right, I think Taan has dividend. Let's go back to Taan. Okay, and at least those of you who want to ride it, okay, it pays just like of 2% in here. ROE is not that great, just 4% in here, but it's strictly over value. Again, let's see how the crude oil prices as they go higher, whether some of these stocks will go through another period of climbing up. All right, let's move on to our next story. So our next story is going to be Discover news that we have for you this morning in here. Let's look at the KLCI news, right? We got DRB, Highcom, SIME, Unisem, very positive. Okay, that's very good. Unisem expects stronger quarter in second half. So hit that one, 5055. All right, you can see, let's go and look at the chart. All right, so this is how you want to discover the news. Every 30 minutes when you're bored and you don't. All right, you can look at this one. Yesterday was up 10% in here. Again, on the technology stock, this one is moving up in here. It's going to turn green Pentagon very, very soon. I can tell you that. And Unisem definitely something which is pull back and starting to make back up again. Let's look at the chart. Of course, at the end of the day, how do you decide what to buy? And to me, if those of you this is where the markets move up. So be warned, this thing is already been warned. If it could continue to break above $4, this is how you discover Unisem. Now, is it worthwhile to buy or not? You can look at the stock fundamental in here. You can see it is only rated 1/8. And the PE is almost 2,500% because the ROE hasn't been that great. It pays 1. So this one, again, it's very overpriced shares. You have to account it for the future earnings per share coming in here to make or normalize the PE. Else 2,500, it's really, really crazy. So to me, this will be a trading shares. Now let's go back to our main menu. Looking at the KLCI news here, you can see DRB, Highcom, again, going back to the construction, which we talked about last week. Where we see the revival, a lot of the infrastructure project under the new government, Perikatan Nasional, as well as the budget 2021. So DRB, Highcoms, take a look at it, and you can take a look at it when you have time. Let's move on to our next story. Okay, so our next story will be the stock pick. That's right, Ruberex, because Ruberex, it's something that we pick. This morning, you can see at the bottom left-hand side, because the rubber glove now making recovery. I think Ruberex is one of those stocks. Ruberex. So let me just type Ruberex. All right, REBEX. It's that pick in here. All right. And last week we picked, last Friday we picked Parlo. Parlo hasn't run that much, but those of you who have picked Parlo during our NS screener, that thing is up 183%. Just that this premium alert, the Robie picked it up on the 2nd or 3rd stage. First stage, they would have picked it up too in here. All right, do take note. This is the 3rd stage of the premium alert that Robie is picking up. Okay, so let's look at the rubber glove right now on the stock prices in here. And it's up already 7.6% in here. And let's look at the charts that we see here. All right. I gotta get back up again. Because if you don't hit that with my fat fingers, you're not gonna get it right on the charts. All right, you can see this thing again. You notice Ruberex hasn't made that big sell-off that we see in Top Glove. So this one in here perhaps will give a double bottom too. You can see a W, right? That's a nice one in here. That will be the stock pick for the. Let's pick another one, shall we? Since we have a bit of time, and we go on to main menu, we go on to premium alert. Right, we got Top Glove, Notion. Oh, Notion is back. Ocncash, Globe, Magpie. Let's look at Magpie, which Archon Industrial Pack. Magpie been seeing a lot. 014. Okay, hit that one. Oh, I hit one more time. I hit too fast. Okay. Okay, let's hit Magpie in here. This morning, wow, up 10%. Let's take a look. All right. These fellas, when they move very, very big one here. Okay. Magpie. And we go on to this one here. Okay, wow, this one already runs so much, man. Magpie from 19 cents onward, up 15% already. No point like this one. Sudah jalan already. Okay, let's look for another one. Notion already hit $1. That's a favorite one, Notion. Mr. Martin, every 30 minutes starting what time? Yes, the premium alert is 9:30. So 9:35 should be out there. Yeah. Okay, you bought it during mentioned 60 cents. Oh, good. Alright, let's look at Notion, 60 cents. Notion, wow, today is up $1. I hope, Elvis, you're talking about the Notion VTech, right? At that time when I first mentioned it. So, okay lah, good. Okay. This one, Notion, wow, up so much today. See whether this is a nice pullback or not. Okay. Yeah, Notion, very nice. This one is okay. It's going to be a rebound. I think this one, give it a bit more. Yeah, you see the Notion coming down. It's a rebound. So we'll look at Notion as a recovery. So it's not going to go back up straight. That's for sure. Because this is one bounce. Maybe not. I want to look for something that is a better setup in here. Ocncash, Magpie, Archon. All this already run. Let's look at this one too. 0218. Okay, and let's look at stock. This one, there's no, you can see there is no premium alert or of no Pentagon, because this is a pretty early, quite an IPO stock, so there isn't much. Okay, sorry for that one. Then we go back to main menu here. We hit premium alert, and you can see Ocncash. Let's look at Ocncash too. All right, so we have a bit more time today. Oh, another 11% run too. I think will be very similar to Notion VTech too, the stock chart. Okay, let's look at Ocncash. So Ocncash, okay, oh, green, turning green Pentagon, that's very nice. Okay, we will pick Ocncash. Okay, so let me write it down. Ocncash are sort of healthcare lah. Ocncash and Ruberex. Okay, so those are the two stocks that we have picked, and then we will come back on Friday, because Wednesday there won't be any breakfast show because a public holiday. And happy Malaysia Day to all Malaysians. Okay, if you are Malaysian, happy Malaysian Day to everybody. If you see your friend who is a Malaysian, give him a pat and just announce happy Malaysian Day. All right, so we picked those two stocks, Ruberex and Ocncash, for the 14th of September, episode number 52. It's just, we already hit 50 episodes already since the breakfast show, and I'm sure hopefully you've been enjoying this, and do share this in your timeline. All right, let's move on to our next story. And this time we included the trending stock list. All right, as the market gives up in here, we want to see some of those longer time frame. The one that I like for the trending stock list is Sunway REITs, because the real estate investment property does, some of them does very well. So you can see Sunway REITs, which still trending up. And but if you notice, since it first came out on the premium alert, first came out on the Pentagon way back on 9th of August. You can see right now, the 9th of August, it's up. This one is slow and slowly moving. Okay, some of these stocks, not like the premium alert, they jump up 8-9%. This one continued to move higher. You can see there was a line change and low volume, the breakout. These are all strictly the nice setup that we always talk about. So Sunway REITs is one of the trending stocks that I really like. And go over to look at the trending stocks. You can see here, right, we got IH Gamuda. Again, Gamuda will be nice because why? all the construction. Remember again, right? What I'm trying to do is to share with you a lot what we talk about in the news, the development in the budget 2021, but you can see that reflected on those stock charts. It's see as a case study for those of you. Okay, you can see in here. Oh, this one we have a big sell-off and a red. Oh, okay, a red pentagon already come out with here. Okay, red pentagon already come out. So let's see where's Gamunda is today. I think it should be up this morning. Yep, it's up 0.6%, and there was a lot of selling right at the top there. Okay, so Sunway REITs, it's the one that we want to move on. All right, let's move on to our next promotion is our talk. That's right. Now, because this one is a public holiday, that give me a bit of time. I want to share with you a very interesting topic, Sun Tzu, the art of war. How many of you heard of this chap called Sun Tzu? Very smart guy, a generalist, and he came from during the time of the Three Kingdoms. I think he came from the Qi state, and then he went over to the Wu state. But I will talk about all those. This gentleman here, Sun Tzu, the art of war, not so much on war, but more on the types of preparation that you need to become an investor and a trader. 7 strategies for making money in a market correction. Right now we're in a market correction. I know some of you saying, cannot wait until next Wednesday, can do it faster or not? No lah, wait, I need to do, my team need to do a bit more research for you. As such, we want to give you good and high quality content. So make sure you catch me next Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. on Live FB. The Sun Tzu Art of War for investor and trader, 7 strategy for making money in the market correction. And also share this in your timeline so more of your friends can learn about investing and using Sun Tzu Art of War. Isn't that great? All right, let's move on to our next. Now, having said that, those of you who are listening for the first time, right, do type 1 if you're listening for and download a copy of SmartRobie or share it with your friends. If you're not sharing with your friends, do share with them so they can also get that free 200 credit and look at what to trade today. SmartRobie will teach you a lot about fundamental, technical as news and get you smarter too, because you will find out that, oh, I never know about MMS does this. I never know that Sunway REITs does this. I never know about construction. So that is something good to know on, and you will become a better investor with SmartRobie. So do that. All right. With that, we come to the end of our breakfast show. Those of you who are first time, do join our Telegram chat group with a lot of free information in there, and that's a QR code for that one. So have the good day remaining of the day, and I'll see you on Friday, the earliest. If not, I will have something to share with you this coming Friday, because I'll be doing a company visit very, very soon. A little bit of update more for our members. With that, I'll see you sooner, if not later. Bye-bye.